quick side note, then I'm going to jump into my very first question I had for you. But have you noticed how even these coaches who are successful have gotten this emotional intelligence thing down pretty much? I mean, even some of the not so successful ones, they have a way of tapping certain parts of emotional intelligence that really help them motivate and meet their trips. Have you noticed that?
I really have. I was lucky enough to be recruited by Mike Krzyzewski, Coach
Yeah.
K,
Yeah.
when he
Mhm.
was in Army. And he
Yeah.
actually came to my house and sat on our couch and said, "Hey, come play for me at West Point." And I'd had 3 knee surgeries, and I just wasn't sure my knee was up to the military
Yeah.
side of that. So I turned him down. But a funny story, 20 years later or so, I was living in Cincinnati. I was a policeman. I was working nights, and Duke was playing Connecticut for the national championship. So I recorded it because I was working that night. And the next night I went down, and our daughter was, I don't know, 3 maybe, and watched the game. And Duke lost to Connecticut. And at the end, there's an embrace, a hug between William Avery and Coach K. And for the next 2 weeks after that, my daughter would say every night after dinner, "Hey, Dad, let's go watch the hug." And I was like, "The hug? What are you talking about?"
No.
It
Yeah.
wasn't the game that motivated her or that she resonated with. It was the hug between Coach K and Avery. So I sat down and I wrote Coach K a note. I said, "Hey, you probably don't remember me. It's been 20 years, but here's an experience that happened with my daughter." And I got a handwritten letter back from him about 2 weeks later, basically saying, "Thanks for telling me this. Thanks for sharing it. I get
Yeah.
close to my players. It was a tough loss for us," and stuff like that. That's class. He didn't have to do that. I
No.
didn't even go play for him. I said no to him, but that's what class looks like. That's what somebody who's emotionally intelligent progresses or looks like. It's reaching out, it's developing relationships with people that you don't need to, but you want to. You have that emotional intelligence and you want to have that connection, even with a player that ended up not playing for you.